As the investigation into two teens killed in Manatee County wraps up, what we're learning now about the accused killer now in custody and his past with local law enforcement.
And the city of Bradenton is offering a contract to a debris removal company that was investigated by the state last year. Are they protecting your tax dollars?
And new developments in a Florida school board's push to stop the release of surveillance video taken during that deadly school shooting in Parkland. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Topping our news this evening, the city of Bradenton is negotiating a new contract for emergency debris removal in case another storm hits the area.
But their top choice is a local company that was investigated by the Florida Attorney General after Hurricane Irma last year. Joining us live from downtown Bradenton with more is ABC 7's Adam Cellini. Adam, should residents be concerned about this contract?
Well, the Public Works Director here in Bradenton tells us no. Now, last year, some debris removal companies were accused of holding out on certain cities and counties and chasing higher rates elsewhere. And Bradenton's choice right now that they're trying to negotiate is among those. However, the Public Works Director says taxpayer dollars are protected in the contract that they've drawn up.
A lot of trees come down, the roads were blocked up.
Jason Trevino didn't hesitate to grab a chainsaw and help after Hurricane Irma. A massive tree fell from his neighbor's yard in West Bradenton across a busy road.
I drug it with the truck to the side of the road there, and we just stacked everything up on the side, and about 4 weeks went by, and then they finally started coming around and picking stuff up.
It took the city over 2 months to remove nearly 90,000 cubic yards of debris, costing nearly $2 million. Now they're negotiating with two different contractors and writing new custom contracts for the first time in years.
We decided that we didn't want to continue with a piggyback contract standpoint because it does create some issues related to FEMA funding.
Sarasota-based Ceres Environmental Services is Bradenton's top choice, but the debris removal company is also one of 3 Attorney General Pam Bondi investigated last year for delaying work or requesting higher rates. No one at their Sarasota office could speak with us on Friday, and our calls to the company's vice president were not returned.
I believe we've done our due diligence to set the contract up in an appropriate manner to provide that level of protection.
That contract includes 11 categories where Ceres would be responsible to pay damages upon failure to comply, including a $5,000 penalty every day they don't show up within 72 hours of a work order.
That'd make a lot more sense, you know, instead of them just jumping from neighborhood to neighborhood wherever they're going.
Now, Ceres hasn't signed this contract yet, and Jim McClellan here at Public Works tells us that they tried to negotiate out of some of those categories for damages, but the city refused to budge and made their final contract offer after it was approved by City Council earlier this week. However, because of those protections in the contract, the city did agree to pay a rate that was about 10% higher than what they agreed to last hurricane season. Reporting live in Bradenton, I'm Adam Cellini. Back to you in the studio.
Adam, thank you. A no swim advisory has been issued for Palmasola South. That's located at 81st Street West in Bradenton on the south side of the causeway. Health officials say that advisory comes in response to a high level of bacteria found in the water there, which may pose a health risk to swimmers. Other beaches located in Manatee County, however, are not under an advisory.
Well, the weekend has arrived. Let's get a check now on our forecast tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Hi, Bob.
Yeah, a lot of folks visiting that beach. I know I was there just last weekend on the north side, actually, so keep an eye on that. 89 degrees right now, the temperature, and the dew point temperature is 78. 78, that's what our dew point is, way up there, very high at 30.01 inches, and that is holding steady right now. We are looking for the possibility of, again, some showers and storms coming up a little bit later. Mic problems right now. We'll send it back to Jacqueline and Scott.
All right, thank you so much, Bob. We'll check back in with you shortly. Well, we're learning new details about the history of a Manatee County teenager now behind bars in Denver, Colorado for the double murder of 2 Bradenton teens.
Authorities in Denver arrested 17-year-old Joe Clerjust yesterday at the shooting death of 2 18-year-olds last weekend in Bradenton. But now we're learning this isn't the first run-in with the law. He's also tied to 2 other crimes. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says Clerjust was arrested back in May for burglary and battery after getting into a fight at a Bradenton home. And it's also been confirmed Claire Just was charged with not having a driver's license and carrying a prohibited weapon while on Snapchat back in February. Video shows him driving while holding a handgun near Manatee High School with text on the screen reading, "Who's at school?" Deputies say Claire Just is one of the victims, and one of the victims may have also been friends.
Sad because you had kids that knew one another, two of them quite well. They were what I would categorize as close friends.
Still no word yet on when he'll be sent back to Manatee County to face those charges.
Just 1 week after the swearing in of a new police chief, Northport PD will soon also have a new deputy chief. Effective August 5th, Captain Christopher Morales is being promoted to Deputy Chief of Police. With 24 years in the department, Captain Morales began his career as a police explorer. He was later hired as a police officer in 2000. The community is invited to a ceremony to celebrate his promotion. It will be held on Wednesday, August 8th at noon at City Hall.
Now to new developments over a South Florida school board's push to stop the release of exterior surveillance video from the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Today, a judge agreed to delay the footage's release to give the Broward County School Board enough time to appeal. The board says the video might reveal security blind spots at the school. 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz faces the death penalty if convicted of that shooting.
It's a tool that can help law enforcement across the state solve cold cases by studying real-time forensics. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb takes us just north of Tampa for a look inside Florida's only body farm.
At first glance, this may look like any other field, but this one is locked up tight, all to protect the important real-time science going on inside.
This is an outdoor forensic anthropology field.
This is Florida's only body farm, basically a field where researchers, forensic teams, and detectives can observe just how human bodies decompose in different settings.
We wanted a environment that we could create something that no one else is offering in the country, where you can work a real live death scene and make it that real and learn from every investigative technique or forensics that you're using on that scene.
Now, the idea of a body farm may sound macabre, but the research done here could help solve thousands of cold cases. Now, it's a partnership between Pasco County Sheriff's Office and the University of South Florida. And since it opened a year ago, just over 20 bodies have come through here.
Each one is its own individual research.
One big question you may be asking is, how do the bodies that are out here actually get here? The answer is simple: by donation.
So USF, University of South Florida, has a donation program. So they are able to work with the families, work with the donor bodies.
So why was this needed here in Florida? Well, one big reason: to study bodies in our unique climate.
We have hot weather, we have extremely high humidity, we have a lot of rain. In certain areas, especially in our area, it's very bog-like. We have a lot of swamplands around.
Stephanie Webb for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Stephanie, thank you. Advocacy groups say more than 12,000 of Florida's cold cases are still unsolved.
A follow-up now on the City of Sarasota's requests for help with the homeless after a story we ran yesterday, and thanks to an outpouring of support from the community and bottled water donations, the city now says they have surpassed their goal. Next, the bottled water will be used by the city's homeless outreach teams as they engage with homeless individuals and help set them up with housing and services. While the city no longer needs the water, you can always donate additional food, clothes, or money to help the homeless. We've put a link on our website that will connect you to the Homeless Response Coordinator. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how officials are advising the community to protect themselves after several mosquitoes in Venice tested positive for the West Nile virus.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast for the weekend. Plus, when we think of high school cliques, we tend to think of girls, but could the opposite actually be more likely? The findings coming up in Health Smart.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
The day you lose your strength is the day you lose your independence. Muscle is lost with age, affecting your energy, balance, and mobility. Before you know it, you're depending on others just to get through the day. But you can reverse and prevent muscle loss. Introducing MyoHealth, a revolutionary proven approach to increased muscle strength and function in as little as 30 days. Live life on your terms with more energy and confidence.
After a serious health issue put me down, MyoHealth's getting me back up again.
I'm doing activities that I haven't done for a long time. It really works.
MyoHealth is a safe, natural dietary supplement, the result of decades of research and 24 human clinical studies. You can live stronger at any age with greater strength, mobility, balance, and energy. Call or go online now and take the MyoHealth 30-Day Strength Challenge.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Health officials are warning people of the symptoms of West Nile virus after infected mosquitoes were found this week in Sarasota County. ABC 7's Jackie Kelly shows us what to look for and how you can protect yourself from the virus. Jackie?
Scott, if you get bit by a mosquito with West Nile virus, it could be deadly. Now, experts say you want to try to stay away from stagnant bodies of water and try to protect and cover your skin.
Not everybody will get it, not everybody will show symptoms, but they are here present in our county and something to be aware of.
Doctors say if you are infected with West Nile virus, you may display these symptoms.
Headache, joint pain, muscle pain, vomiting, diarrhea, or rash.
People who experience a more severe reaction may have vision loss or disorientation. However, health professionals say 1 out of 5 people infected experience minor symptoms.
You're showing light symptoms, you may not become concerned, but if your symptoms become worse and it's progressive, like you're feeling sicker and sicker over time, you definitely need to act on that.
Doctors recommend wearing bug spray or covering your skin outdoors to prevent bites. As for protecting your lawn, Aero Environmental Services say mosquitoes only need about a ½ inch of water to breed. So they recommend dumping out any stagnant water in your yard.
Any kind of pots, maybe a kiddie pool that you're not using, anything that can hold water. You've got a chair that's upside down that water's accumulating in, that could be a breeding site. Literally anything that can collect water.
If you're still experiencing issues in your yard with mosquitoes, they say to get professional help.
If you're having a real problem with mosquitoes, you should look at a professional company and they'll implement a mosquito reduction program for you, and you're going to probably be a lot more satisfied in the long run.
Now,
doctors say if you're over the age of 65 or have certain diseases such as cancer, heart disease, or diabetes, you could be more at risk of getting those severe reactions from the virus. Now, they say if you see any of those symptoms, make sure to get medical help immediately. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jackie, thank you so much. Bob joins us now. And
weather looks pretty good for the weekend?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Showers and thunderstorms will be back, especially inland areas in the afternoon and the evening, so we're changing the time a little bit, and we'll have a little bit more lightning around, and that's the danger. And then, you know, we saw the rip currents all this past week, and now those have gone away, and now we are going to get back with the lightning. All right, so we apparently have some video of Anna Maria. This is Anna Maria Island, and the demolition of its historic pier. Boy, I love that pier. I just saw a picture post on my Facebook, old history of my daughter out there fishing when she was about 4 years old. But it's gone now, and the skies are blue. It was nice out there. I was out in the bay right around there doing a little swimming earlier today, and it looks like it's going to stay that way throughout most of the day tomorrow, so not too bad at all. And it looks as though that pier will be back, though. It's going to take a while, but it will be back. Well, here are the weather headlines as they read. Westerly flow changing. We've had that onshore west wind for what seems like all summer long. That is going away for a week. Now, is it going to stay the rest of like that for the rest of the summer? It's still tough, but we've been having a lot of troughs come down and frontal systems come down, which is highly unusual during this time of year. And those are going to be kind of sitting around over the southeast United States. And looks like if that continues, that's not the best news. We'll continue to see some different timing of storms, but scattered late day storms are in the mix, and then chances stay high for rain for those afternoon and evening thunderstorms through next week. So that is what we're looking at. Now, as far as the buoy data goes, we are watching the pressure rise a little bit, and notice the winds, they're not all that strong. They have been up to 15 to 20 knots over the past couple of days now, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Which is really around 5 to 7 knots. So it's not too bad out there. So it's not going to take much to change those and move them around back toward the east throughout the day. Right now we have the clash of the sea breezes in the interior portion of the peninsula, and some of that activity pretty strong right now. Not much going on near the coast at all. That may break down and eventually send a few our way late tonight, but for the time being you can see those moving off to the east, and then the east coast breeze making it right there in the middle into Polk County and Highlands County, getting some pretty big storms there now. And you can see one of those outflow boundaries now making its way through Central Florida and Highlands County. Well, the overall picture of the water vapor content showing still some dry air around and not extremely moist at this point, but that is going to be changing too. High pressure located just to the east of the Bahamas will work its way slowly over into north central Florida, and that will bring us a more east to southeasterly wind flow, which will bring those storms our way. So the forecast tonight calling for mainly inland storms for the remainder of the evening. And then tomorrow morning, there may be a few showers out in the Gulf of Mexico due to the land breeze that'll develop. And then you'll start to see those showers and storms firing up around the 3-4 o'clock hour on the sea breeze, and then have a tendency to get blown back toward the coast in the late afternoon and evening. Similar conditions expected for Sunday. Here comes the clash of the sea breeze fronts, and those showers and storms will get pretty intense in the interior portions of the state and then push back toward the coast. So the day planner looks to be pretty good. Temperatures will be into the mid-70s to start things off. We'll warm up to near 90. There'll be a few scattered storms around. Not everyone's going to get the rain tomorrow, but there'll be a little bit more lightning in the forecast too. Temperatures right now 84 in Jacksonville. It's 87 in Miami. Temperatures a bit warmer in Arcadia and Wauchula, and even 91 now in Mayaca City with that west coast breeze, and the water temperature at 87, keeping temperatures into the upper 80s right there near the coast. Currently it's 89, and it feels like 103. That's right, 103. So be careful. You're going to be outdoors for the weekend too during the peak part of the afternoon. Right around 2 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon is when it's going to be the hottest. Well, the frontal boundary that you see here now is stationary. This is going to wash out over the next 24 hours. There's still a trough hanging on over the eastern third of the nation and a ridge out west. And that ridge out west is what's causing the problems with dry conditions, very hot conditions, and hazardous fire conditions as well. And you see all the areas in purple there indicating pink there, that is where the heat is on. 96 in Dallas now. Temperatures cooler because of that trough over the eastern third of the nation, into the 70s in Chicago, Minneapolis, Toronto, and Cleveland. So for boating tomorrow, not much wind for the sails. Seas will be running less than 2 feet and mostly smooth out there. Forecast, chances for rain tomorrow at 40%, and we'll see scattered storms in the afternoon and evening right through the next 7 days for the most part, with high temperatures right around 90. Jacqueline?
I'll take it, Bob. Thank you so much. Let's check first alert traffic. No major crashes delaying drivers at the moment. In Manatee County, we're seeing some slowdowns as you head north on the interstate, just past the interstate or University Parkway exit, but not too bad really. Clear in Sarasota and then South Sarasota County. All green on the interstate as well. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, countless movies and TV shows focus on schoolgirls and their cliques, but should they actually be telling the story from the boys' perspective? ABC's Janae Norman reports.
He gave me a C-.
From Clueless to Mean Girls, when we think of cliques, we think of teenage girls.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
But a new study out of England makes us rethink this stereotype. Researchers followed the social interactions of hundreds of 11 and 12-year-olds for several months, trying to better understand how germs spread. But they noticed something else instead. Boys at each school studied formed tighter-knit groups than girls at the same schools. In short, boys were more cliquey. Researchers also found that social patterns stayed the same over time. Popular kids continued to have many friends, less popular kids continued to have fewer. Researchers plan to use this information to help understand how germs spread, but we can use it to challenge our stereotypes. With this Medical Minute, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News.
For the first time, a large study supports a way to reduce the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. The key, lowering your blood pressure. That's according to a new study presented this week at an Alzheimer's conference. The study involved nearly 10,000 people over 4 years. The results showing not only less cases of dementia, but also a lower risk of mild cognitive impairment. Under new guidelines adopted last fall, roughly half of adults in the U.S. have high blood pressure. Coming up, after 4 decades, Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, is retiring, and a zoo is taking heat for allegedly spray painting a donkey to look like a zebra. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
We'll get ready for some news that's just plain nuts.
Twiggy, America's favorite water skiing squirrel, is retiring after 39 years in showbiz. Jeremy Roth has more in today's Take a Look at This.
After nearly 4 decades of making waves, Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel, is retiring. The Famous Animal Act made its final aquatic appearance at the X Games in Minneapolis. Over the years, there's actually been 8 Twiggies. The current one is 10 years old. They put on thousands of shows and had cameos in movies like Dodgeball and Anchorman.
How about that? That squirrel can water ski.
For 39 years, the show wowed fans of all ages, always highlighting water safety. And now the Act's manager says it's time to hang up the skis. So long, Twiggy, and thanks for the memories. Who doesn't love zebras, am I right? Well, don't get too excited because this may not actually be one. Zoogoers in Cairo, Egypt got a little suspicious of a zebra exhibit at the International Garden Municipal Park when someone pointed out that the animal's stripes looked smudged. They then noticed the abnormally large ears, and now the zoo is being accused of painting a donkey to look like a zebra. While the zoo's director insists it's the real thing, PETA is urging authorities to fully investigate the matter. And finally, this bear found himself in a tight spot when he got stuck briefly in a storm drain in Colorado. It happened in a residential neighborhood in Colorado Springs. They believe twigs and berries in a nearby dumpster may have drawn the animal to the area. Officials fired non-lethal rubber slugs at the bear to scare him off, and because he ran off unassisted, officials did not have to tag him. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
A new addition is causing some controversy in Manatee County. With more on what that project is, let's go live now to ABC7's Taylor Torregano.
Good evening, Jacqueline. This is a new radio tower to help first responders, but as you can see behind me, it's been stopped midway through construction. I'll have more from neighbors on why coming up.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Temperatures are rising, and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999, or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
The body, it is a work of art and a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. A new approach called immunotherapy works by helping our immune system correctly identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to learn more. Your body might just be your greatest hope.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.